Yeah, this is the worst one so far. Um, I don't want to say it's awful, because it's not. As a Godzilla movie, it's pretty terrible, because you go to a Godzilla movie for the big, awesome kaiju fight. You don't go to a Godzilla movie to watch some Japanese kid. Okay, so the plot of this movie is basically imagine Home Alone if the main character is actually just a Japanese kid instead of Macaulay Culkin, and Japanese Macaulay Culkin periodically has dreams throughout the movie of being best friends with a retarded lizard. That's the plot of the movie. Yeah, to be more specific, there's this little boy. He gets picked on by the other school kids, and they call him a coward, and they make fun of him or something. I don't know, they beat him up. He has dreams about being on Monster Island, or Monsterland, whatever it's called, and hanging out with Godzilla's son, the stupidest kaiju ever conceived. In this movie, Baby Godzilla, or Manila, as he's called sometimes, I don't know, Manila can speak. He speaks actual words, and he sounds like an idiot, and I hate his voice. And Manila can relate to this little boy because he also gets picked on by monsters that are much bigger than him, and he can't fight back because he sucks at fighting back. Well, then later in the movie, Manila just gets bigger and fights the other guy and starts to win, and then kinda beats him. And then his dad, bigger Godzilla, comes in and just lays the fucking smackdown on the guy. And the guy that's picking on him, the other monster, is just this big blue thing that has lightning powers or something. I don't care. I wasn't paying attention. This movie was boring. And honestly, the most entertaining thing about it really was the last 20 minutes where all the monster stuff is finally over and done with, and the young boy gets kidnapped by these two criminals, and this is why I say it's like Home Alone. And you just kind of watch this boy use the knowledge that Manila passed down to him in his dreams to evade and outsmart these two bumbling criminals. And that part was pretty alright. That was pretty entertaining, you know. I mean, nothing special about it. It's not on the same level of Home Alone. It's not as funny or not as fun to watch, but it was the first part of the movie where I started to feel like I was conscious. I mean, no. This movie's dumb as hell. I don't know why it was made. There's lots of scenes throughout where the Japanese boy and Manila are just watching Godzilla fight other monsters and just looking onward and clapping, going, yeah, yeah, beat him up, Godzilla, yeah, you're doing it. And the fights are all reused footage from the last couple movies. Like Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster and Son of Godzilla are both they're just pilfering both of those movies. They show the crab fight again, they show the giant bird fight again, they show Godzilla smashing up jet planes again, and they show Godzilla fighting giant bugs again. And this time they just, they show the fights again beat for beat, but they intersperse little clips of Japanese boy and Manila going, yeah, fight him up, yay! It sucks. I hate it. I hate that I had to see that again, but without any context to make it fun. It was terrible. This is the recap episode of Godzilla, basically. It's the most skippable thing in the universe. There's no reason to watch this whatsoever. I guess the resolution was kind of aight, just because the kid confronts his bully, and he beats up the bully because he's like, oh, well, I've taken on these two criminal adult dudes who are way bigger than me, so I'm not afraid of you at all anymore. And he beats up the bully, and then the bully's posse gang of other kids are just kind of whoa, they're just kind of dumbfounded by him. And then the kid goes over and does this thing that the bully dared him to do earlier in the movie, but he wouldn't do, and so they called him a scaredy cat. He goes ahead and he does it, and they all smile and laugh, and they're like, haha, he did it, oh my god, he is cool. And I kind of like that scene, honestly. So while this movie is probably the most hateable Godzilla film ever, I don't hate it. It was just not worth my time. which it's also mercifully short. It was only like an hour and 9 minutes. It wasn't as painful as Destroy All Monsters even, which had a really good like battle royale at the end of it, but you have to sit through like an hour and 10 minutes worth of bullshit to get to it, so it's not worth it. This movie is just lame. It's best word I can use for it. It's lame. Not painfully boring, just boring. 4 out of 10. Whatever. What's the next movie called? I think it's, Godzilla vs. Hedorah is the next one. No idea what that's about. Guess we'll see later.